continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Welcome in to Nicolay Field. Game 2 of this doubleheader in a rubber match in this 3-game MIAA set between the Adrian Bulldogs and the Albion Britons. Bulldogs take Game 1 of this series 32-9. Then in Game 2, it was Albion stealing a game from the Bulldogs, won that one 3-2. So we are getting set for Game 3, Remington Gilniak alongside Michael Hale. So as we have this home plate meeting, players get ready. We're ready for the rubber match here, so don't go anywhere. First pitch is next.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I can have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Game 3, the rubber match here at Nicolay Field on Senior Day. Adrian College Bulldogs against the Albion College Britons. As I mentioned, this is the rubber match. Bulldogs took Game 1. Albion took Game 2. So, Michael, what are you expecting to see here in Game 3?
Yeah, this is going to be a very close game. Going back to the last game out, we just saw finish a couple minutes ago, 3-2. Albion battled back after being down 2-0 after the third inning, but with this being Senior Day, the last time a regular season game is played, and an all-senior lineup for the Bulldogs, I think the Bulldogs are going to have a little bit of extra juice flowing through their veins today.
So as Michael mentioned, this entire lineup today, excluding one player, is all seniors, including the starting pitcher today for the Bulldogs. It is Daniel Gutierrez. Gutierrez has had limited work this year, only thrown 13 innings, has a 4.15 ERA, a 1.31 FIP, 10 strikeouts to 5 walks on the season. And they just said his name over the PA. Got a big ovation from the crowd here in Nicolay Field. Not as big as it was in Game 1. but still a pretty sizable crowd, especially on the home side of things. So as Gutierrez finishes up his warm-up pitches, we're going to take a look at this Albion starting lineup.
Yeah, the first three for the Britons is Riker Maisie, Braden Emery, and Evan Schuster. The 4-5-6 is Austin Stevens, Chris Stojanovsky, and Carter Stahl. And the 7-8-9 rounding out the lineup is Gavin White, Drew Ribble, and Carson Dunn.
Now, if that sounds familiar to those watching at home, it is the same exact lineup as we saw back in Game 1. So the umpires have kind of rotated around. New guy behind the plate. So we are ready for baseball here at the Nick. Daniel Gutierrez. First pitch of the ball game to Riker Maisie is a fastball just off the outside corner. Bulldog dugout wanted that one. And we're going to see a big standing ovation here for Daniel Gutierrez. Throws one pitch and it was off the plate. So that's going to do it for the regular season career of Daniel Gutierrez.
Yeah,
It's
wonderful
nice.
career.
It's nice to see the entire Bulldog roster coming out of the dugout right up to that third base line. He's going to get hugs from all of his teammates. So while he does that and we wait for a new pitcher to warm up here, we're going to go to a quick break. But don't go anywhere. You're about to watch Game 3 of this 3-game set on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
So after the nice moment for Daniel Gutierrez, it's going to be a new pitcher. It's going to be Griffin Firestein coming into this game. Michael, what do you got on him?
Yeah, he's making his 10th appearance with a 3.43 ERA. Has a 2-0 record through 21 innings pitched, 8 walks, and 18 strikeouts.
Now, Firestein, yet another senior in this lineup today. Bulldogs yesterday clinched the regular season MIAA crown. So, obviously in baseball, no game is meaningless. However, in terms of implications on the standings, this game not the most consequential shall the Bulldogs drop it.
Yeah, and it's going to be important for the Bulldogs to come away with this win going into postseason play next week.
So the count is 1-0 to Riker Maisie as he climbs back in that right-handed batter's box. First pitch from Firestein, swinging a foul tip, caught a piece of someone back there, whether it was Kedro or the umpire. So while we have a moment, we're going to take a look at the rest of this Bulldog defense. Outfield left to right is Andrew Klaus, Lincoln Hayward, and Joe Casal. Infield left to right, Ryan Davis, Gus Weeks, Philip Villardo, Scoop Harden. Doing the catching today is David Kedro. And Griffin Firestein currently on the mound, ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. As he looks to put away Riker Maisie. In Game 1, had himself a pair of RBIs, pair of knocks in the ballgame as well. One of the most productive hitters in that game, if not the most productive for either side. 1-2, swung foul down the third base line.
Defensive swing as the off-speed came inside.
So Firestein works out of the windup. Count is 1-2. Goes into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Sits out to short. It's going to be cut off by the third baseman Davis. Throw over to first. 1 up, 1 down to start the ball game for Griffin Firestein and the rest of these Bulldogs.
Yeah, great start for Firestein. Getting ahead. Came in down in the count 1-0. Held back to make it a 1-2 count. Maisie fouled off a couple of pitches, but Firestein able to get through the leadoff hitter.
So that's going to bring up Braden Emery, the third baseman. First pitch to him, breaking ball. Called, strike on the outside corner. Believe that was on the pitch, not the swing. As Emery kind of did that little check swing. Don't think his hands broke the plane. Regardless, count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive. This one's trouble. Left center gap. It's going to get down for extra bases. Emery rounding first. He's going to head to second. Cut off in the outfield, but they're not going to have a play at second. It's going to be a 1-out double for Braden Emery.
And a great swing down in the count 0-1, still looking for your pitch to hit. And he got that a little above the knees, drove that out to the left center gap in the double with 1 out.
Yeah, it was a beautiful swing. It was a breaking ball there from Firestein. Just got a little bit too much play. Emery all over it. Absolutely smoked it into the gap. Good job by the center fielder Hayward to cut it off before it went any further. Because Emery runs well. Had that ball not been cut off so quickly, would have been a triple. Regardless, runner on second base, 1 away now for Evan Schuster. First pitch, fastball, misses away. And you got to thank the knees of David Kedrow back there, maybe getting a little worn out. Senior playing back-to-back games on the doubleheader. Curious to see if he sticks in the whole time. The count is 1-0. Firestein out of the stretch. Swinging a line drive, caught by Firestein. Flips to second, and they get Emery doubled off. What a play by Griffin Firestein, and that's going to do it for the top of the first. So after a 1-out double, Firestein induces the 1-6 double play. We've played half an inning here at Nicolay Field, scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the first here on Adrian College TV.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the first inning being set to be played. Before we get to that, Michael, why don't you give us the Bulldogs starting 9 today?
Yeah, the first 3 for the Bulldogs today is Lincoln Hayward, Philip Villardo, and Ryan Davis. The middle 3, David Kedrow, Brendan Willardson, and Andrew Klaus. And the bottom 3 in the lineup is Joe Casal, Scoop Harden, and Gus Weeks.
Today they're going to be tasked with the right-handed starting pitcher for the Albion College Britons. It's going to be Braden Rather. It's going to be his 9th start of the year. He's thrown 50 innings on the year, 5.22 ERA, 1.42 whip, 43 strikeouts to 17 walks. Not terrible numbers in the high-scoring environment of the MIAA conference. So as he finishes up his warm-up pitches, we're going to give you the rest of this Albion College defense. Michael, why don't you give us that?
In the outfield from left to right is Carson Dunn, Evan Schuster, and Chris Stojanovsky. And in the infield from left to right is Braden Emery, Riker Maisie, Drew Ribble, and Gavin White.
So second game in a row, Stahl is behind the plate again. You got to feel for the knees of some of these guys as Lincoln Hayward climbs in for his first at bat of the day. First pitch, fastball called, strike outside corner. Just say first plate appearance of the game as he's leading it off for the Bulldogs. Did play a part in game 1. Had a knock in that one. He's behind 0-1. Here's the pitch, swinging a ground ball left side, going to roll foul. So Hayward quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes against Rather.
And good job by Rather getting ahead early in the count, trying to keep these Bulldog hitters off balance and try to keep putting up zeros on the scoreboard.
So Rather works out of the stretch, faces the lefty Hayward. Into the motion, here's the 0-2. Breaking ball, fouled away down the third base line, off the facing of the seating here. Nicolay Field has a nice net in front of it. So, you know, you can take a nap in those seats if you wanted to. Nothing's going to come up and get you. Count 0-2, Rather in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down below the zone. It's going to move things 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Bulldog center fielder. So as it is senior day, I got to imagine head coach Craig Rainey going to use a lot of his seniors in this one. We already see him warming up in the bullpen as that one sky in the air to center field. Schuster heading back, gets under it. He'll put the squeeze on it. 1 down, 1 up, 1 down for Brandon Rather as he gets Lincoln Hayward to fly out.
And that'll bring up Philip Villardo, the second baseman today.
So Villardo kind of started the season as the starting second baseman for these Bulldogs. But after kind of a slow start, it was Rolando Jimenez that kind of took that spot over. And kind of as he went in, this Bulldog team and offense just kind of took off as they went on that huge run. Showing bunt, pulls back, pitches a called strike one on the outer edge. And senior day, we're seeing seniors showing bunt in the first inning.
That's so lame. Let him swing.
So he's behind, no balls, 1 strike. Right there, working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing a line drive on the ground to second base. Fielded. Throw over to White at first. And Velardo is retired here. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first.
And that's about as easy of a play as you can make if you're Drew Ribble. Little dribbler right back at you.
I wouldn't call that a dribble. There was a pretty good swing by Velardo. Got the fastball down and away. Met it with the barrel. Just kind of beat it right into the ground. It's a nice, easy play by Ribble over there. So Ryan Davis steps into the box. He's going to take ball 1. Breaking ball never made it back to the plate. Gets ahead 1-0. Davis, of course, the Adrian College all-time leader in career home runs. See if we can add another one here on senior day. 1-0. Sent on the ground, foul down the third base line. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. So game 1, the sun was fully out. Here in game 2, clouds have kind of moved in. So fairly cloudy. The wind, not much of a factor early here. The little bit we do have is in from center. 1-1, sent fouled back to the screen. It was 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this Albion College defense, especially the outfield, playing Davis very deep. They are aware of the power from Big 17. Here's the pitch. This one lifted, well foul, absolutely driven down the right field line. Rather decided to go with the elevated fastball there. Davis put the barrel on it, just caught it too deep in the zone, sent it well foul. Pretty much right into that construction yard. Good luck trying to get that baseball. Comes 1-2. Rather comes set. Takes a breath. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Rather went with the bender there. Gets the 1-2-3 inning off a fly out, a ground out, and then a strikeout to end it. We've played 1 here at Nicolay Field. Scoreless. We head to the top of the second here on Adrian College.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning being set to be played. Another pitching change for these Bulldogs going to be Dylan Bates coming out of the pen. Now, I believe this is Bates' first appearance of the year, not listed on any stat sheet anywhere. So curious to see what we see out of number 42 for the Bulldogs. But for the Britons, it's going to be 4-5-6. It's Austin Stevens, Chris Stojanovsky, and it's Carter Stahl. Sorry. So Bates works from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. First pitch. It's going to be Scott in the air, right field, drifting to his left is Casal. He drifts over, puts a squeeze on it. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the second as Bates gets Stevens to fly out to right.
Great swing by Stevens. Just caught it a little late in the zone, sent it into the corner and right, but good play in the corner.
That's going to bring up Chris Stojanowski now. First pitch to him. Swinging a line drive. Caught by the second baseman, Phil Velardo. Another good swing by the Britons here. This one right into the glove of Velardo. Quick reaction over there to move to his left, throw the paws up, and put a glove on it for out number 2.
And 2 pitches, 2 outs. Quick work in this inning for Bates.
You got to think this is going to be an automatic take here by Carter Starr. First pitch to him, fastball misses off the plate away. So it's not going to be a 3-pitch inning for Dylan Bates. He falls behind 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball called, strike outside corner. It's going to even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Get the defensive positioning. Defense shades him to pull. 1-1. Misses down and in. It's going to move the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. So Stahl, the catcher, second game in a row for the Britons. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike against Bates here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, sent out to shortstop. Fielded at the waist from Weeks. Throw over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Bates. We've played 1.5 here at Nicolay Field. Scoreless. We head to the bottom of the second here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the second inning. Braden Rather back out there for inning number 2 for him. Setting down the Bulldogs. Set them down 1-2-3. The bottom half of the first. Got a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Michael, what did you see out of the Bulldogs' approach in that first inning?
Yeah, they came out pretty aggressive, only seeing about 10 pitches or so in that first inning. So in the second inning, I think that we'll see David Cadreau leading off. He'll see a couple of pitches, I think, and really start to get the bat off his shoulder on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th pitches of this at-bat.
Well, in game 1 of the doubleheader today, we saw Cole Gesicki really fill up the strikes on all outing long. And, you know, this Albion team really got on his back, just kind of let him carry them to a victory. He was absolutely dominant on the mound, did allow a pair of runs, both of them unearned. So the ERA, I mean, it came in at 2.33. Got to imagine it's maybe pushing, you know, getting below 2 on the season. So, you know, against a guy like Rather today, ERA over 5. You know, a little bit better outlook for game 2 here as Kedra steps in. First pitch to him, swinging a ground ball, base hit. Back up the middle after a quiet game 1, David Kedro. 1 swing here in game 2 and 1 hit for him.
Well, I guess my prediction was wrong, and that goes to show I am a pitcher.
So Kedro been so good all season long, and here on senior day, gets a fastball to hit early on in a count, put a good swing on it, and laced it back up the middle. So that is going to bring up Willitson now. First pitch to him. Fastball called, strike at the knees. Brendan Willitson was a pinch hitter back in game 1 and sent a ball deep into the right center gap, about a step or 2 in front of the warning track. And that's what ended game 1. 0-1, swinging a line drive. Fair ball down the left field line. It's going to go all the way into the corner. Kedro, he will round third, heading home. The throw will not come home. Brendan Willitson laces an RBI double into the left field corner. Kedro scores all the way from first, and the Bulldogs strike first here in game 2. 1-0 here in the bottom of the second.
And that was a great swing by Willitson, getting it just past the arms of Braden Emery on the third base line. Just barely kept keeping it fair and getting himself a double.
Let's bring up Andrew Klaus now. First pitch to him, breaking ball. catches the inside corner, called strike one. Klaus did not appear in game one. Again, another senior in this lineup today. It's Rather comes set. The runner Willitson off a second. Not a big lead over there. This one grounded foul down the third base line. Kind of just no balls, 2 strikes. And if you're Klaus here, you're really just trying to have a productive out. The right side of the infield pretty much wide open. So anything to the right side on the ground most likely will be a base hit. 0-2, breaking ball, misses well out of the zone. Klaus thought about it, ended up thinking better of it. Able to keep the hands back. It's going to move things. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, more action in the Bulldog bullpen. Tough to see who that is right now. Meanwhile, on the field, their count is 1-2 to Klaus. Here's the pitch. Playing a line drive sent back to the screen in our direction. Michael, don't worry. I saw you flinch on that.
I did not flinch whatsoever, Remy.
Oh, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, buddy. You can lie to me all you want. I saw it.
I didn't move, but okay.
Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rather comes set, checks the runner, checks him again. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just misses upstairs. Good take there by Klaus. The breaking ball pretty much started at the nose and ended up finishing just at the letters. Didn't come down in time. Doesn't get the call. Count as 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Playing a fly ball, right field. Stojanovski heading back to his left. He'll put the squeeze on it. Runner tags, heading to third base. Throw will not come. It's a productive out number 1 off the bat of Andrew Klaus. Laces one to right field. However, Stojanovski able to get there. However, the runner Willitson able to move into third with 1 away. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Joe Casal. Casal taking his first at bat in a while. Righty stands tall in the box. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut there by Casal. Got a fastball pretty much center of the plate. Unable to catch up to it. It's going to fall behind. No balls, 1 strike. So Rather still out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Hit in the air. Center field. This one carrying. Maybe trouble. Back goes Schuster. He'll put the squeeze on it. Willitson tags. He'll score home easily without a throw. Joe Casal gets the job done here. Came up with a runner on third. Less than 2 outs. Gets the sac fly. Bulldogs double their lead here in the second. They now lead it 2-0.
And that was another great swing by Casal. We saw a healthy hack for that on that first pitch, and then that second pitch gets a hold of it, lifts it out into center field. Clearly, very well struck and very deep to score the runner.
That's going to bring up Scoop Harden. First pitch to him. Breaking ball misses in. Again, all day, this Britain outfield, playing very deep. So anything the Bulldogs have really hammered out there to the outfield simply found a glove. You know, kind of compared to when Albion's hit went out there, the Bulldog outfield, more standard depth, not super deep. So they had gotten burned a few times throughout the day today. But Bulldogs can't find the same luck the Britons have found, as the count is 2 balls, 1 strike to the Bulldog first baseman. Kind of looking to get the rally going again with 2 outs, at least looking to turn the lineup over for the third. As Harden is the 8-hitter in today's lineup. 2-1, fastball, called, strike outside corner. It's going to even things up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Because if Harden were to reach, that would pretty much guarantee that the Bulldogs would send the top of the order up in the third. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Rather went with the breaking ball there, got Harden out in front of it, swung over top. However, in the inning, Bulldogs put up a pair. They now lead at 2-0. We head to the top of the third here at Adrian College TV.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the third inning. It's going to be a new pitcher for the Bulldogs this inning. It's going to be Sammy LaFata. Michael, what do you got on him?
Yeah, LaFada's making his third appearance on the year. 0.00 ERA, 1 2/3 innings pitched, 2 walks, no strikeouts.
And LaFada, left-handed pitcher. He's a senior, unsurprisingly, it is senior day. Out of Commerce Township, Michigan, went to West Bloomfield High School. So, you know, senior year, this is only, his third, fourth appearance of the year. So definitely exciting for him to get some more action on the mound. And he gets to pitch with the lead. Bulldogs put up a pair in the bottom half of the first. So here in the third inning for Albion, it's going to be 7-8-9. That's Gavin White, Drew Ribble, and Carson Dunn. The first of those three being Gavin White. White had a good game back in game 1 of the doubleheader today. First pitch from LaFada, swing and a miss. Fastball inside corner, ties up White. And LaFada quickly ahead, no balls, 1 strike. LaFada, lefty, pitches out of the windup from the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch, fastball called, strike, outside corner. Going in, out, up, down, all around. Doesn't matter, count is no balls, 2 strikes. LaFada quickly back into the motion. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball, left field. Back goes the left fielder at the wall. And he'll make the grab. Out there is Andrew Klaus. Off the bat, it looked like trouble. However, the wind kind of knocked that one down, able to give Klaus enough time to get over and make the catch right up against the wall. So Bulldog pitching has faced the minimum so far in this one. 7 up, 7 down so far. Can bring up the second baseman, Drew Ribble. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike, inside edge. Ribble, another guy who was pain in the side for the Bulldogs last game. 1 for 3, had a walk in that one. So he was on base twice in 4 plate appearances. As the 0-1 misses just inside. It's going to even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Ribble, second baseman for the Britons, made a couple nice plays back in game 1. The 1-1, he's going to get tied up on that one, send it off the facing of the seats on the first base side. Count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bulldog pitching still looking for their first strikeout in this one. Good opportunity for it here. Here's the pitch. And rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called. LaFada went with the fastball. Caught Ribble looking. 2 up, 2 down here in the third inning for Sammy LaFada.
Yeah, first strikeout of the game for the Bulldogs. First strikeout of the season for LaFada.
So now it's going to be the 9-hitter for the Britons in this one. It's going to be Carson Dunn. First pitch to him showing bunt. Pulling back as that one misses well above the zone. Nice athletic grab there from David Kedro. Kind of showing off the athleticism on that one, even with nobody on base. Count is 1 ball, no strikes. LaFada in the motion. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt again. This one popped up. It's going to land foul just off the third base line. Would have been a real tough play for Davis had that one stayed fair, as Dunn does run well. Some run down a couple balls in left field last game that not every left fielder makes. Counts evened up, 1 ball, 1 strike. LaFada still able to work out of the windup. Dunn climbs back in. Into the motion goes LaFada. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up and away. Count moves 2 balls, 1 strike. Wind's picked up a little bit. Mostly blowing in from left. 2-1. Fastball misses inside. Can move things 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, Bulldog pitching so far has faced the minimum. Only 1 hit allowed. It was a Braden Emery double back in the first, but Evan Schuster lined into a double play. That one's going to miss upstairs. So Carson Dunn going to take the trot down to first after the free pass issued by Sammy LaFada. That's going to turn the lineup over. It's going to be Riker Maisie. Maisie led off the ball game with a ground out to third. Back in game 1, had a ground out, a single, an RBI error, an RBI fielder's choice, and then a single again. First pitch to him was in there for strike 1. So again, Dunn runs well. He's the runner on first. Not a big lead over there. LaFada has to work out of the stretch now. The 0-1, fly ball left field. That one coming down. It's going to drop in front of Klaus for a base hit. So after back-to-back outs in the top of the third, A walk and a single is going to have runners on first and second here with 2 away. It was a good pitch by LaFada. Got the fastball in on the hands of Maisie, but Maisie able to put enough muscle into it to bloop it into left field and drops it in front of Klaus out there. It's going to bring up Braden Emery now. 2 on, 2 out. Down by 2 in the third. That one line drive, foul. Down the third base line. Dangerous pitch and a dangerous swing from Braden Emery. It's all going to result in strike 1. LaFada quickly climbs back onto the mound. Looks in. Waiting for the one he wants and gets it. Comes set, glove at the chest. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses badly, arm side. Kedros to slide over and put a glove on it. Counts to move to 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, this Bulldog outfield playing very shallow against Emery, who's put a lot of good swings on the baseball today. So anything to the outfield will score done from second. 1-1, swinging a foul tip off the mask of Kedro. Kind of shakes him up a little bit, comes right out of the crouch right away. So as a courtesy, of course, the umpire goes out there to hand LaFada the ball. It's always good to see an umpire have the courtesy to do that. Because generally a mid-80s fastball doesn't feel too good when it connects to your face. So the umpire going to check on Kedro once again. Looks like he's good. The count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the third. LaFada looking for his second strikeout of the inning and to get out of this jam. For 2 straight Albion base runners reach. The count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. Playing a foul right over the screen behind us. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. And LaFada not really known for the strikeout. With 2 outs, doesn't necessarily need one. But with the way this Bulldog defense has been today, may be a little advantageous to pitch for the strikeout here. Count is 1-2 to Braden Emery. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. LaFada gets Emery swinging. And after a pair of 2-out base runners allowed by LaFada, he comes back and gets the strikeout. We've played 2.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 2-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on Adrian.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter at ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs currently lead this one by a score of 2-0. And due up this inning for the Bulldogs, going to be 9-1-2. That's Gus Weeks, Lincoln Hayward, and Philip Villardo. Braden Rather back out for his 3rd inning of work after surrendering 2 runs bottom half of the 2nd. One of those being an RBI double off the bat of Brendan Willitson, and then a Joe Casal sac fly. So Gus Weeks climbs in. He's going to take a first pitch strike on the outer half from Rather. So Rather works, now switched to the third base side as he works out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Even things up 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm curious to see a right-hander who pitches pretty much directly over the top. Has a very high release point, very north-south. Pitch from the third base side. Particularly with an arm motion like that, you're going to pitch from the first base side, a little bit more deceptive to hitters. But I guess Rather a little bit more comfortable from the third base side. As they had 1-2 here to Gus Weeks. Weeks got an AB back in game 1 after he entered for the DH. Easton Rogers. He's going to send the 1-2 directly back to the screen, making it, not sure how it made it inside of the seats here, kind of off the netting, kind of crept its way up.
Well, as you were saying earlier, Remy, you can take a nap in these bleachers. Not over on the Albion side of the...
Evidently not. 1-2, called, strike 3, curveball top of the zone. As Rather catches Gus Weeks looking. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the third. It's going to turn the lineup over. Now it's going to be Lincoln Hayward. Hayward led off the Bulldog half of the first. They'll fly out to center. Hit it fairly well. But the wind kind of knocked it down. He gets his second chance against Rather here. First pitch, fastball misses badly down. So Rather falls behind another Bulldog. Counts 1 ball, no strikes. Albion defense plays him straight up. So here's the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball right side of the infield. Fielded by White. He'll flip over to Rather. And it'll be in time to get Hayward. 2 up, 2 down here in the Bulldog half of the third. It's good instincts by the pitcher, Rather, to know that, you know, the first baseman White had to go a decent bit off the first base bag. Might have been able to take it himself, but he opts to flip it to his pitcher, get him a little cardio out there. So 2 away. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Philip Villardo. Villardo hit a ball hard, but right on the ground at Drew Ribble last time up. First pitch to him, breaking ball, misses up once again. Haven't seen too many well-located breaking balls from Rather, unless you want to count the backwards can Gus Weeks, which is a high curveball. Generally something pitchers don't want to be throwing. The 1-0 catches the knees, called strike 1. Villardo, a senior, playing in one of his last games here at Nicolay Field. Perchance his last game, depending on, you know, the lineups that Coach Rainey cooks up for the MIAA tournament. 1-1 fouled back to the screen. So Villardo been a part of some real good Adrian College baseball teams, along with every senior in the lineup today. You know, year in, year out, Coach Rainey puts a great team on the field. You know, they really buy into his program. They've had a lot of success ever since he showed up. Now on line drive, caught by the shortstop. Riker Maisie, what a grab out there. It was a line drive off the bat of Villardo, and the athleticism of Riker Maisie on display there as he got up to steal a base hit. So we've played 3 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 2-0. We head to the top of the 4th here on Adrian College TV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the 4th inning, being set to be played. Another pitching change for these Bulldogs, as we will most likely see every inning. And in a day full of seniors, we have a freshman on the mound. It's going to be Sean Parker. Michael, what do you got on him?
Yeah, Parker's making his 5th appearance, has a 2-0 record with a 2.92 ERA through 12 in the 3rd innings pitched, 7 walks to 13 strikeouts.
My apologies. Brooks Tom is actually the pitcher on the mound. Misread the number. I'm going to chalk that one up to cloudy skies, I guess. Well, I got to come up with some anytime you make a mistake, it's always best to have an excuse ready. So, Brooks Tom takes the hill here. The junior from Mechanicsburg, Ohio, Mechanicsburg High School, as he is set to face the 3, 4, 5 hitters in his Albion lineup. There's Evan Schuster, Austin Stevens, and Chris Michael, you got to help me out. I'm struggling.
Stojanovsky.
I appreciate it. You know, I said his name right about 15 times in the last game, but suddenly can't do it now. First pitch to Schuster misses down low in the dirt. Schuster lined into that double play. It's a great grab by Griffin Firestein. And That Emery was the runner on second at the time, was doubled off. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. The Albion 3-hitter. It's Tom into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chop foul down the third base line. Off the facing of that Bulldog dugout. Count moves 2 balls, 1 strike.
Nice play in the dugout as well. Reaching a hand out, grabbing that baseball as it's bouncing out there.
So Tom works out of the windup. Here's the 2-1. Fastball called. Strike outside edge. Counts can move to 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's Tom looking for his first strikeout against the first batter he faces today. Into the motion, the 2-2. Oh, misses down and away. Good stop by Kedra, sliding to his right. It's going to load up our count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Stevens waiting on deck. As Tom goes into the windup. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, set on the ground to short. Fielded at the waist by Weeks. Throw over to first. On the tag. Not in time. It looked like Scoop Harding got the tag down on the left shoulder of Schuster in time. Umpire says otherwise. That one's most likely going to be ruled an error on the shortstop Weeks. Bit of a tough play as it that last hop kind of came up on him and had to hurry the throw and wasn't able to do it. That's going to bring up Austin Stevens now. First pitch to him, runner goes. This one's skied in the air, right field. Casal camps under it. He'll put the squeeze on it as Schuster is forced to retreat back to first. It's a good bounce back by Tom and the rest of this Bulldog defense as you get Austin Stevens to fly out.
Now it's the name you can't pronounce.
And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Chris Stojanovsky. So Stojanovsky lined out to second base his last time up. Looking for better fortunes here. So Tom out of the stretch. Ground ball, second base, another chance for Weeks. Fields flip over to second for 1. Throw to first. Not in time. It was a great play by Weeks. Going well to his right. Delivered a strike to Velardo at second. But the runner, Stojanovsky, just too much speed. Legs that one out at first. It's going to go as a fielder's choice. So now with 1 on, 2 outs. It's going to bring up the catcher, Carter Stahl. As I mentioned, the runner, Stojanovsky, good speed on first, sizable lead over there. Tom works out of the stretch, first pitch. It's been a ground ball, base hit, back up the middle. Runner Stojanovsky, big turnaround second, throw back into second. They're far too late. So Stahl sees 1 pitch here in the second at bat, sends it back up the middle. So now with 2 outs, Britons have something brewing. 2 on, 2 out. It's going to rip the first baseman, Gavin White. White grounded out to short his last time up. That was in the second. Looking to get his guys on the board here in the top of the 4th. And in the outfield again will bring home Stojanovsky. First pitch, fastball, misses above the zone to White. Again, White had a couple nice at-bats back in game 1. It's a reason why these Albion College Britons were able to scrap across 3 runs in their winning effort. 1-0, fastball misses off the plate away. See Kedro kind of, putting the hands out, telling his guy, hey, calm down. Calm down. It's the 4th inning. You're pitching fine. You're getting ground balls. But is behind in the count. 2 balls, no strikes to Gavin White. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down. Counts move to 3 balls, no strikes. Again, it's been an active Bulldog bullpen. As on senior day, again, the game is not meaningless. No game is ever meaningless, which is not super consequential. We're going to see a lot of pitching changes here. 3-0, center cut fastball, called strike 1. Good job by Brooks Tom to try to get back into this at bat. Looking to pitch around trouble here in the top half of the 4th. 2 on, 2 out. Gavin White up in the box. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, center field. Heading back is Hayward. He gets underneath it, puts the squeeze on it, and that's going to do it here in the 4th. Brooks Tom pitches around some trouble, but ultimately no runs allowed. We've played 3.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 2-0. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics, brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Welcome back. Nicolay Field, bottom of the 4th inning being set to be played. No defensive changes yet for these Britons. It's going to be Braden Rather back on the mound. See, the warm-up pitch got away from the catcher Stahl. For the Bulldogs, it's going to be 3-4-5 due up. That's Ryan Davis, David Kedrow, and Brendan Willitson, sorry. So Rather, after a rough second inning, had a solid third inning where he sent down the Bulldogs 1-2-3. But now it's to deal with Ryan Davis here to lead off the 4th. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike outside corner. Seen mostly first pitch fastball so far from Rather. Because again, the breaking ball command hasn't been elite for him. Hasn't missed badly enough to get hurt on it. As that one's hammered in the air, way up, and also way foul. See the eyes of Ryan Davis light up as he saw a breaking ball up in the zone, just way out in front of it, sent it straight up. Sure, Davis wants to see that one again. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up. It's going to move the count to 1-2. It's Davis, of course, his big-time power, the Adrian College all-time leader in home runs, looking to add another one to his ledger here. It's Braden Rather. He's behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher Stahl. Let's get even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, there is action in the Bulldog bullpen. I believe we're going to see a new pitcher every inning. Not an unusual thing to see on senior days. Here's the 2-2 to Davis. He's going to fly ball, well foul, down the right field line. Kind of drifts into the parking lot / construction site, somewhere in that area. Hopefully all the cars are safe out there. Count remains 2-2. Rather comes set. Davis awaiting the 2-2. Here it is. Swinging a ground ball, sent over to short. Maisie Fields shuffles, throw to first. And Davis is retired to lead off the 4th. Now ever since the Brendan Willitson RBI double in the 2nd, the pitcher Rather has sent down, I believe, 7 in a row, if my math is correct.
I got 7 as well, Remy, so as long as your math and my math are correct, we got 7.
So David Kedrow steps in. He's going to take a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike 1. Kedrow singled his last name up, later came around and scored on the Willitson RBI double. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul ball off the foot of Kedrow. He's going to walk that one off. You know, those ones never feel too good, especially Kedrow just caught his 13th inning of the day last inning, so the legs already aren't feeling fantastic. Then you're going to take, a rock off your foot, essentially. And now it's behind the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Right there in the motion. Here's the pitch. Line drive, well foul. Down the right field line, good swing from Kedrow there, able to spoil that one away, buy himself another. So we've seen Rather make a few mistake pitches. Bulldogs really yet to capitalize. A couple of runs they did have were on pitchers' pitches that they put good swings on. You've yet to punish the mistakes. 0-2, fly ball, right field. Bat goes right fielder. He put the glove up, put the squeeze on it. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth as Chris Stojanovsky. Michael, help me out. Stojanovsky puts the squeeze on it. So a 2-way, it's going to bring up the designated hitter. It's going to be Brendan Wilson. Wilson, of course, delivered that RBI double down the left field line his last time up. So he's had 2 at-bats today. He's had 2 really good swings. Of course, the one in game 1 about a step or 2 in front of the warning track in right center. And the last one, line drive down the left field line. He's going to take a fastball at the knees, called strike 1. Interesting, the third baseman, Emery, playing about 4 steps off the left field line. Something you typically don't see when a lefty's up. The 0-1 breaking ball catches the outside corner. Quickly, Wilson is behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Rather comes set. Here's the 0-2. Fastball off the outer edge. Couple of Britons on the left side of the diamond starting to take the jog in. That one was off the outside edge. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rather comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground, left side. Emery Field shuffles. Throw over to White at first. And Willison is retired. Bulldogs go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom half of the fourth, but they lead it 2-0. We head to the top of the fifth here on Adrian College TV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the 5th inning being set to be played. And for the Bulldogs, it's going to be a fan favorite and a team favorite, Datron Davis. Michael, what do you got on him?
The only stats I could find are from 2023, where he had a 10.8 ERA in 3 in the 3rd innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Had 5 walks and also had 3 strikeouts.
Man, if anyone heard that, Davis's name was announced over the PA. Got a nice ovation from everyone here at the Nick today. So the throw from Kedra goes down to second, which means we are ready for action here in the top of the 5th. Due up for Albion, it's going to be 8-9-1. That's Drew Rubble, Carson Dunn, and Riker Maisie. So Ribble starting things off here in the 5th, struck out back in the 3rd. Davis looking to have a similar result here. Works out of the windup, 3rd base side of the rubber. First pitch, playing a cue shot down the first base line, going to stay foul. Good hands by the Albion first base coach. Davis throws first pitch strike as ahead, no balls, 1 strike. Ribble stands back in the motion goes Davis, the pitch. Fastball just off the outside edge. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis gets the one he wants, into the motion, the pitch. Playing a fly ball, right center gap. This may be trouble. Coming in is the right fielder, Joe Cassell. Going to get there on the run. Nice grab out there. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th inning for Datron Davis.
Cassell showing why he thinks he should be in the lineup more often. Showing his range out there and right, catching that one middle deep, right center field. Long run, but able to put it away for the first out.
So that's going to bring up Carson Dunn now. He's going to take ball 1 low. Davis quickly back into the motion. Here's the 1-0. Half-hearted swing, appeal down the first. They're going to say he did not, in fact, go around. Tough to tell from our angle up here. It looked like it missed above the zone. Constantly moved to 2 balls, no strikes. Davis looking to keep up this great Bulldog pitching. Here in the 5th inning, the pitch. Playing a line drive left field. Coming in is the left fielder, Klaus. He's going to get there in plenty of time. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th inning for Datron Davis. So that's going to turn the lineup over. It's going to be Riker Maisie now. Maisie 1 for 2 in the ball game, singled back in the 3rd. First pitch to him misses well off the plate away. Another nice athletic grab from Kedro. As he was set up on the inside corner there, Davis leaked it arm side. Still, we get there and put the paws on it. Next pitch, fly ball, center field. Hayward camps underneath of it, comes in a step. He'll put the squeeze on it, and that's going to do it for the 5th. Datron Davis pitches a 1-2-3 top of the 5th inning, and we've played 4.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 2-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back. Nicolay Field, bottom of the 5th inning being set to be played. Braden Rather back on the mound for his 5th inning of work for the Britons. And here in the 5th inning, he'll be tasked with 6, 7, 8. That's Andrew Klaus, Joe Casal, and Scoop Harden. Klaus flew out to right his last time up. That was back in the 2nd. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike outside edge. Rather has had pretty good fastball command so far in this one. He's cruised through the last couple innings. 0-1, misses down and away in the dirt, squirts away from the catcher Stahl. Let's get even things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Rather comes set. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, misses up. He's going to fall behind Klaus. 2 balls, 1 strike is Rather. He quickly comes set once again. Glove at the waist. Here's the 2-1. Fastball misses up. Forces Klaus to bend back a little bit. It's going to move our count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Joe Casal waiting on deck. Rather comes set. The 3-1. That was going to miss down low in the dirt. It's going to be a leadoff walk here for Andrew Klaus. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Joe Casal.
Yeah, and that walk breaks Rather's streak of 9 Bulldogs retired in a row.
I will say one of those 9 retired was the Joe Casal sac fly that put a really good swing on into center field. So it hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for Rather. He's gotten hit around a little bit. Fortunately for him, a lot of these swings the Bulldogs have had found gloves. There's a lot of help behind him. The 1-0 inside, that drills Casal right on the shoulder. He'll take his trot down to first base. He looks to be okay. A few friendly boos coming from the Bulldog dugout. So here in the bottom of the 5th, Bulldogs get something brewing. 2 on, nobody out. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Scoop Harden. Harden struck out in his lone appearance today. That was back in the second. Bulldogs have him on first and second. Nobody out here in the fifth. First pitch showing bunt is Harden. He's going to pull back. It's a breaking ball missed above the zone. So Rather falls behind another Bulldog here. Looking down the right field line at the visitors' bullpen, there is some action out there. Again, it's behind a wall. Can't really tell who it is out there. So for now, we only know about Rather. 1-0. Misses inside. Snap throw to second. The runner Klaus back in easily. It's a good stop by the shortstop Maisie. Catcher Stahl put a decent throw down there, but it short hopped on Maisie. So good job staying down on it, knocking it down. The count is 2 balls, no strikes. Scoop Harden. Rather checks on the runner. Here's the pitch, showing bunt again. Now their breaking ball misses up. 3 balls, no strikes. The Bulldog first baseman, Gus Weeks, the hitter on deck. Rather certainly does not want to walk the bases loaded here, but is in danger of doing so. The 3-0, fastball center cut, called strike 1. Again, this Albion outfield all playing fairly deep. Not wanting anything over their heads right now. Here's the 3-1. Fastball misses inside. Another batter reaches base here in the 5th inning without a hit. It was a walk to Klaus, a hit by pitch to Casal, and Scoop Harden works a 5-pitch walk. And all of a sudden, the Bulldogs have him loaded with nobody out. It's going to bring up Gus Weeks.
And from Rather, his last 11 pitches, only one of them has been a strike.
First pitch to Weeks, fastball called strike outside corner.
Gotta love the announcer, Jinx.
So Weeks behind in the count, no balls, 1 strike. Rather comes set. Takes a breath. Here's the 0-1 to Weeks. Fastball misses down and away. It's going to even things up at 1-1. A lot of speed on the bases right now for these Bulldogs. Klaus, Casal, and Harden all run fairly well. Anything to the outfield should bring in 2 and double this Bulldog lead. As our count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive on the ground. Fielded by the shortstop, Maisie. Flip over to Ribble. Throw to first is in time. However, a run is going to score on the play as Klaus comes in, but not exactly what the Bulldogs were looking for, as Gus Weeks is going to grunt into a 6-4-3 double play. It's not going to go as an RBI for him, but it is going to bring in a run. Bulldogs scored their 3rd of the game. They lead at 3-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to bring up Lincoln Hayward now. Runner on 3rd, 2 outs. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike outside corner. And this Albion scouting report on Hayward, pretty sure it was just a couple words. It said throw outside fastballs. It's pretty much all Hayward has seen all day today. And that time he got a breaking ball, middle of the plate, sends it foul. A little frustrated with himself on that one. We kind of see him stand in there for a minute. Got a very hittable pitch. It was a breaking ball pretty much in the middle of the plate. Just kind of pulled off of it the last second. So quickly behind, 0-2, Rather comes set. Here's the 0-2 to Hayward. Breaking ball again, fouled back to the screen. That one comes back, almost nails our umpire here. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Hayward climbs back into that.
For us too.
Hayward climbs back into the batter's box. Rather looking in, gets the sign he wants. Comes set, glove at the chest. Here's the 0-2 once again. Fastball just off the outside edge. Move the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Casal, the runner on 3rd, runs bow. Anything that squirts by the catcher Stahl should score Casal. Count is 1-2 to Hayward, the pitch. Swinging off pop-up. Left side of the diamond, the shortstop Maisie underneath. He'll put the squeeze on it. And that's going to do it for the Bulldog half of the 5th. They score 1 run on no hits. We've played 5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 3-0. We head to the top of the 6th here at Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campusvisit.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
Welcome back. It's Nicolay Field, top of the 6th inning being set to be played. New pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs. It is Raymond Keene. Michael, what do you got on him?
Yeah, Keene's making his 14th appearance, has a 1-0 record, a 2.76 ERA through 16 in the 3rd innings pitched, 8 walks to 12 strikeouts.
So Keene, a grad student, able to take the mound here on senior day. Again, the MIAA tournament starts next week. As, you know, Raymond is loved by all of his teammates, giving him a lot of love from the dugout right now. He's finishing up the warming pitches. He's going to be tasked with 2-3-4. This Albion College lineup. It's Braden Emery, Evan Schuster, and Austin Stevens. As a throw from Kedro down to second signifies we're ready to begin action here in the top of the 6th. It's going to be Braden Emery leading things off here. 1 for 2 in the ball game, doubled back in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. Keene, a great strikeout pitcher, funky arm slot, good velocity and movement on the 2-seamer. Always been effective. First pitch, fastball called, strike outside edge. The dugout loves it. Little backdoor 2-seamer from Keene catches the edge. And the motion again, the pitch. This one yanked down and away. Count is 1-1. Keene works out of the windup. Into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out in front of whatever it was on the inside edge, and Keene ahead 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing a line drive center field. Hayward sprinting to his left, back a step, puts the glove up and makes the grab. Nice athletic grab by the center fielder, Lincoln Hayward. 1 up, 1 down as Keene sits down Emery.
Yeah, you said it, Remy. Great athletic play, ranging over to his left. Late adjustment, having to come back to his right, reach up over his head to make the play. But still, nonetheless, getting the first out.
First pitch to Schuster, runs inside and drills him. Looks like Schuster wears an elbow guard. That's roughly the place where it got him. You can hear the thud from up here. Looks like he's okay as he takes his trot down to first. Now with 1 away, the Britons are going to get a base runner with Austin Stevens coming to the plate. Keene works out of the stretch now. First pitch, yanked down away. Good athletic grab by Kedro, sliding to his right. Keene kind of throws from that 3/4 arm slot. Has great movement and everything. Does struggle with command at times. You saw an example of it right there as he's kind of yanks one away. Next pitch, ground ball, foul. Sent down the first base line. It's the runner on first. Schuster got a pretty good jump. Great secondary lead off of Keene. Cares to see if he takes off here. So he had him read pretty well. The count is 1-1 to Stevens. Here's the pitch. It's going to fly ball, right center gap. Hayward sprinting to his left, but it's going to be Casal diving, not going to make the play. Hayward bobbles it in center field. The runner Schuster rounding third, the throw to the plate from Velardo, not in time. It is going to go as an RBI double for Austin Stevens as he got a fastball in the middle of the plate, sent it out into pretty much no man's land in that right center gap. Casal and Hayward both had to go a long way to get it. In the end, none of them do. And Evan Schuster comes all the way from first to score on the play.
Yeah, and you wonder if that bobble by Hayward in center field really got Schuster to actually be able to come home and score.
Sooner ground ball, Sons of Velardo at second. Easy play, throw over to first. Out number 2 here in the top of the 6th as Stojanovski is retired there. However, the runner Stevens does move over to third on the play, but with 2 away, doesn't matter a ton. So now the catcher Carter Stahl will step in. Stahl 1 for 2 in the ballgame, singled back in the 4th. Keen in the motion, first pitch. Fastball misses down low. So 1-0 now to the Britain catcher. Keen works out of the windup. Here's the 1-0. Going to tap foul at the plate off of Stahl. Going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. The runner on third is Austin Stevens. Not a ton of speed over there. So anything that trickles away from Kedro going to be tough for him to score on it. Here's the 1-1 on the ground, right side. Velardo sliding stop, bobbles it, throw to first, and still gets him in time. Nice play by Philip Velardo. Made the sliding grab, kind of bobbled the transfer a little bit, got caught in his glove, able to recover in time to throw out Stahl. So that's going to do it for the top of the 6th. Albion scores 1. However, the Bulldogs still lead it 3-1. We head to the bottom of the 6th here on.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the 6th, being set to be played here. Braden Rather back out for his 6th inning of work. So far, he's allowed 3 runs, only 2 hits allowed. It's really been the command that's faltered so far. But he will be facing a tough task. 2, 3, 4 of the Bulldog lineup. That's Philip Velardo, Ryan Davis, and David Kedro. First of those 3 being Philip Velardo, who was robbed of a hit by Riker Mazie his last time up. Really laced one too short, but a nice leaping grab by Mazie. First pitch, elevated fastball, fouled back to the screen. So Rather gets ahead of Velardo here. No balls, 1 strike. Again, as we projected, there is action in the Bulldog bullpen, so we're going to see a new pitcher next inning. Just a reminder, it is senior day. It's a almost fully senior lineup today. Now the count is no balls, 2 strikes to Philip Velardo. Rather comes set. The catcher Stahl set up away. The pitch, fastball, misses up. Rather went with the 0-2 high fastball. Couldn't get Velardo to bite on it. Count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big hole up the middle. Velardo wants to use it. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses badly down and away. Good stop moving to his right from Carter Stahl. It's going to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Rather climbs back on the mound. Velardo trying to stay alive here. Here's the 2-2. Fastball just off the outer edge. Big league take from Philip Velardo. It's going to push our count to 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Ryan Davis, the hitter, on deck. Rather set. Here's the payoff. Breaking ball hit up the middle. Mazie moving to his left. Throw to first, and Velardo is retired. It's a great 3-2 pitch from Rather. Went with the breaking ball in the outside corner. Velardo out in front of it, reached out, sent it on the ground to short. Another nice play from the Albion shortstop.
Yeah, nice play by Maisie. Ranging to his left just behind the bag and able to make a strong throw over the first to get the first out of this bottom of the sixth.
It's going to bring up Ryan Davis. First pitch breaking ball called strike the top of the zone. Davis so far in game 2 of the doubleheader, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. As Rather, outside of a few mistakes, has pitched great so far. 0-1, 58-foot curveball, bounces off the glove of Stahl, goes back to the screen. Count moves to 1 ball, 1 strike. Rather comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up. Rather wanted it, didn't get it. It's now Davis moves ahead in this battle. 2 balls, 1 strike. Big power hitter in the middle of this Bulldog lineup, looking to showcase some of it here. Here's the 2-1 to Davis. Breaking ball misses down. Power position here for Davis. He's ahead 3-1. David Kedra waiting on deck. Be nice to get him a base runner. Rather comes set. Here's the 3-1 to Davis. Fastball misses inside. So Davis going to draw a 1-out walk here. And that's going to bring up David Kedro. Kedro singled back in the second, later came around and scored. Last time up, flew out to right. Kedro playing in one of his final games here at Nicolay Field. So the Bulldogs will host parts of the MIAA tournament next week. First pitch, fastball called strike, pretty much center cut there. Maybe on the inside third. Kedro took it for strike 1. Davis, tiny lead off of first, about a step off the bag. It's another one now. Count is 0-1 to Kedro. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, center field, not deep. In comes the center fielder, Schuster. Puts the glove on it, and Kedro is retired here. It's a good bounce back there from Rather after he loses Ryan Davis. Gets Kedro to fly out. And that's going to bring up our designated hitter, Brendan Willardson. Willardson, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. Doubled back in the second. That brought in Kedro from first. And his last time up, grounded out to the left side. So he's gone to the left side twice already in this one. See what the approach is here. Pickoff attempt at first. Close play. But ultimately not in time as Davis is back in. Well, surprising to even see a pickoff there. Is the lead from Davis. About 2, maybe 3 steps off the bag. Not a big lead whatsoever. First pitch to Willardson. Fastball misses off the outer edge. Willardson gets ahead. 1 ball, no strike against Rather. Again, Davis, he's a tall guy. Really just has no lead out there. Should just be able to fall onto the bag. Shall Rather throw over there again. As he elects to here. Davis back in easily.
Now Davis is 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts, but it's only 3 stolen base attempts, so.
Where have the Bulldogs played? About 38 games by now?
Somewhere around there.
So the count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. Playing a fly ball right center field. This one carrying at the wall, and it's out of here. Brendan Willardson got a pitch to drive and didn't miss it. He tattoos it into right center field, and on senior day, the senior Willardson hits a 2-run shot. Bulldogs lead it 5-1 here in the 6th.
Great swing on that 1-0 pitch, sending it over the tall right field fence, extending this Bulldog lead to 5-1.
With the way the wind's been playing today, I wasn't sure if it was going to have the legs to get out of here. Off the bat, it looked pretty good. This wind's kind of died down. Now ball with a soar through this early May sky in Adrian, Michigan, and clear the wall. And it doubles the Bulldog lead to 4. It's going to bring up Andrew Klaus now. Klaus 0 for 1 in the ball game, walked back in the 5th. Gets his 3rd chance here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball called, strike at the knees. So Klaus behind the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Rather comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses well off the plate away. Good sliding grab by Carter Stow. Count moves to 1-2 now. Man, with how good Willitson's swings have been today, you just kind of figured he'd get one eventually. 1-2, swing and a miss for Andrew Klaus. So that's going to do it for the 6th inning, but the damage was already done when Brendan Willitson sent a 2-run shot into right center field. We've played 6 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead it 5-1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses. Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the 7th inning being set to be played. Bulldogs currently lead this one 5-1. New pitcher on the mound for the Bulldogs, as we projected. New pitcher every inning. This inning is going to be Ben Bates. Michael, what do you got on him?
Yeah, Ben's making his 9th appearance on the year. He has a 1-1 record, 11.70 ERA, 10 innings pitched, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
Here in the 7th inning, he is set to face 7, 8, 9 in this Britain's lineup. First of those being Gavin White. First pitch at him, a little half-hearted attempt, fouled. Back to the screen. Bates, 1 for 1 on first pitch strike so far. You mentioned the season numbers for Bates, not great, but facing an offense that has really struggled all season long in these Albion College Britons. Great opportunity here to kind of boost those end-of-the-year stats, and a game that standings-wise doesn't mean a whole lot for these Bulldogs. Bates is ahead 0-2 to Gavin White. Into the motion, here's the 0-2 from Bates. Breaking ball just off the outer edge. It was a good tight slider there from Bates. Kedra wanted it. Even Gavin White started to offer, able to keep the hands back. Count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. And rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Bates came back with a fastball, catches White looking. 1 up, 1 down here for Bates here in the top of the 7th.
And that's exactly the pitch I would have gone to, as White offered almost at the 0-2 off speed on the outside corner, and then which would set up a freeze fastball on the outside corner, kind of like what we just saw here for this first pitch to Drew Ribble.
Yeah, first pitch to Ribble called strike. It was a great tunneling sequence there from Bates. Slider started on the outside corner, finished well off. So after he gets the take there, just sticks the fastball on the outer edge. Same kind of arm path, same trajectory of the pitch. However, the one that got the strikeout's the one that stayed in the zone.
1 breaks away, 1 comes back.
The count is 1-0 to Drew Ribble. Bates works out of the windup into the motion. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses down. It's going to fall behind Ribble. 2 balls, 1 strike now. And here in the top of the 7th inning, it's 7 o'clock. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit. Not much sun left here at the Nick right now, as this one's going to be popped up, but well fouled down the first base line. Count's going to move to 2-2 on this Britain second baseman. Ribble 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out in the 3rd, flew out back in the 5th. Bates looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Gets the one he wants. Into the motion he goes. Turns, kicks, fires. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up, first base side. This one drifting and out of play. First baseman Harden gave chase to it. It's no use. It's about 20, 25 feet past the fence down there. So the count remains 2-2. Bates still looking for the strikeout here. A 4-run lead in the top of the 7th. Bates shakes, gets the one he wants, goes into the motion. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up. This one playable. Right side of the infield, Harden under it. Comes in a step, puts the squeeze on it. 2 up, 2 down here for Ben Bates here in the top of the 7th. That's going to bring up Carson Dunn now. Dunn, 0 for 1 in the ball game, drew a walk back in the 3rd. Flew out his last time up. That was the left field back in the 5th. So Dunn looking to extend the inning. He's a 9-hitter looking to turn the lineup over. Bates goes into the motion. First pitch, swinging a ground ball left side. On the backhand is Weeks, unable to come up with it. Would have been a tough play regardless. Not sure if that's going to be ruled a hit or an error. I think even if Weeks fields that ball in the backhand, it's going to be a real tough play.
Looks like they gave an error.
It's going to go as an E6 against Gus Weeks. So it's going to turn the lineup over with 2 away. It's going to be Riker Maisie now. Maisie's played a really nice defensive shortstop today and has provided some value with the bat as well. He swings through a first pitch fastball from Bates. As Bates gets ahead, no ball, 1 strike. So Bates has to work out of the stretch now. Glove comes set at the chin. Checks on the runner. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing there from Maisie. One of the few times we've seen him chase today. Looked like the changeup. Good arm side changeup from Ben Bates down in the zone. Maisie swung right over top of it and is now down 0-2. So now Bates is set. Here's the 0-2. Runner goes. Swinging a fly ball deep down the left field line, but well foul. Bates hung the slider. Maisie saw it well, just jumped out in front of it and yanked it well foul, almost out of the highway out there down the left field line. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. The runner Dunn on first, runs well. Anything in the gap will score him. Count is 0-2. Bates comes set. Checks on the runner, into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him. So in the inning, Carson Dunn reaches on an error, but a pair of strikeouts from Ben Bates makes it meaningless. Played 6.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 5-1. We head to the bottom of the 7th here.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the 7th inning being set to be played. Due up for the Bulldogs is 7-8-9. That is Joe Casale, Scoop Harden, and Gus Weeks. First of those, of course, being Joe Casale. Casale yet to record an at-bat in this one. 2 plate appearance, has a sac fly and a hit by pitch so far. So a couple of productive at-bats from him. First pitch he sees from Braden Rather, fouled back to the screen. Rather back out for a 7th inning of work. And you look at the scoreboard, Bulldogs have 5 runs, only 3 hits. Only 3 hits so far for these Bulldogs, as they've had a good amount of base runners from walks and hit by pitches. As Casale swings and a miss. The breaking ball in the outside corner. Rather took a lot off that one. We've definitely seen sharper and faster breaking balls from Rather, but that one kind of a looping slider. Casal waved through it. 0-2 misses down and away in the dirt. Good pick by Stahl once again. And as a former catcher, I do like to shout out whenever they do something cool. You know, nobody on base, no one's going to care if a ball gets by the catcher, but it's nice when they don't get by. 1-2, swing and a miss. Casal goes down swinging. Turns around and asks the umpire, hey, was that there? Umpire told him yes. So Casal goes down swinging to lead off the 7th. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Scoop Hardin, but before that happens, we're going to have a mound visit. And this may be the end of the day for Braden Rather. And yep, they're going to call to the bullpen. It was a good outing from Braden Rather in this one. Teammates coming out. Gets a nice ovation from his teammates. But while this pitching change happens, we're going to head to a short break. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning here at Nicolay Field. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Still in the bottom of the 7th inning here. New pitcher for the Britons. It is going to be number 5, Zach Kelly. Michael, what do we got on him?
Kelly's making his 8th appearance on the year. He has a 1-1 record with a 2.49 ERA. 21 2/3 innings pitched. 17 strikeouts to 7 walks.
Sorry, what was that strikeout to walk ratio?
17-7.
It's pretty solid. Keeps the, good run prevention numbers. ERA under 3. That's what you like to see. He's going to be tasked with the 8 and 9 hitters due out for the Bulldogs. First of those being Scoop Hardin. Hardin 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Strikeout and a flyout. Looking to change his fortunes here. First pitch, fastball. Called strike on the outside edge. Hardin quickly climbs back into the box as Kelly works out of the stretch. First base side of the rubber. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good firm fastball by Kelly. Blows it by Hardin. And is quickly ahead. No balls. 2 strikes to the Bulldog first baseman. So Kelly shakes, gets the one he wants, and comes set. Glove at the waist, into the motion. The 0-2. Called strike 3, fastball outside corner. Hardin didn't like it. It is 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom half of the 7th. Of course, 1 strikeout being from Rather, the other now from Zach Kelly. So a 2 away, it's going to bring up the shortstop, Gus Weeks. Weeks struck out in the 3rd and then hit into a bases loaded 6-4-3 double play his last time up. So although it did drive in a run, Weeks does not get credit for the RBIs. He takes ball 1 upstairs. So here's the 1-0. Fastball. That one called strike at the letters. Well received by the catcher, Carter Stahl, able to sell that one. Count is evened up at 1-1. Quickly, Kelly comes set once again. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses up. So Weeks gets the end of the count. 2 balls, 1 strike now. If he were to reach Lincoln Hayward on deck. So here's the 2-1 to Weeks. Swinging a line drive. Base hit into right field. Going to get down. Big turnaround first. Throw into second is in time. Gus Weeks lines one into right, tries to stretch it into 2. However, Chris Stojanovsky throws a seed to second to get him. So the Bulldogs go down in order here in the 7th. We've played 7. Bulldogs lead it 5-1. We head to the 8th here.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you graduated.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the 8th inning. Once again, new Bulldog pitcher. This one, Tyler Furman. Michael, what do we got on him?
Furman's making his 8th appearance on the year. 0-0 record, 3.18 ERA through 22 and 2/3 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts to 6 walks.
So the run prevention's been great. The strikeout, the walk has been great. Really been an asset to this Bulldog bullpen. He comes in protecting a 4-run lead here. You know, that was courtesy the Brendan Willardson 2-run shot back in the 6th. However, Furman faces a tough task here in the 8th inning. It's going to be 2-3-4 for the Britons. That's Braden Emery, Evan Schuster, and Austin Stevens. First of those being the third baseman, Braden Emery. Emery 1 for 3 in the ballgame, doubled back in the first, struck out in the third, and lined out to center his last time up. He's been all over the ball all day. So Furman works out of the stretch. First pitch, fastball way up and in, forces Emery to bend out of the way of it. If he wasn't awake already, he is now. It's a mid to upper 8s fastball right at his lips. The count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down and away. Furman quickly falls behind. 2 balls, no strikes to the Briton third baseman. Outfield plays him fairly straight up. Infield deep, but straight up. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a line drive, slicing, base hit. Into right field, drops in front of Casal out there. So after Furman falls behind 2-0, forced to throw a hittable fastball, Emery doesn't miss it. It's a leadoff knock here in the Briton top of the 8th.
And great job by Emery staying with that pitch and driving it out to right field in front of Casal for a leadoff single to begin this 8th inning.
So we're going to see a pinch hitter now for Albion. It's going to be number 33, Jack Leseski. So that's going to mean the end of the day for Evan Schuster, who's played a great center field today, has have provided a little bit of spark with the bat. He's made some good swings all day. So the lefty stands in, runner on first, nobody away. Courtesy flip over to first. Emery back in his sleep. Furman comes set, checks the runner. Not a sizable lead whatsoever. First pitch, fastball misses down and away. Kedro going to call time, walk out there, calm his guy down. As Furman, very tall in stature, fairly built as well. He's a hard-throwing righty, kind of a unique arm action, kind of not short arms it, but a shorter arm path compared to a lot of guys his size. And it creates Some nice spin on the ball, has a nice two-seamer. Seen all fastballs so far, has really had no command. Only 4 pitches into the outing. Pretty much no command so far. Count is 1-0 to Leseski. The runner on first is Braden Emery. As Furman delivers the 1-0. Fastball misses well off the plate away. Down 2 balls, no strikes. The back-to-back hitters now. As with a 4-run lead here in the top of the 8th, you pretty much just want your guys going right after hitters and not giving them free bases. Furman is set, checks the runner. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss there by Leseski. Furman blew the fastball by him at the bottom of the zone. I mean, Leseski knew he was getting the fastball there, still got beat a little bit. It's kind of down and away. Leseski took a big pass at it. Here's the 2-1. Another fastball well off the plate away. Furman in danger of walking a batter and allowing back-to-back base runners to start the 8th. Needs to dial in here, throw someone over the plate, and hope it finds a glove. So Furman comes set, glove at the chest, checks the runner, takes a breath. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down below the zone. Furman wanted it, didn't get it. Back-to-back base runners now for the Britons as Jack Leseski draws a walk. It's going to be first and second, nobody out. It's going to bring up Austin Stevens. Stevens, last time up, was back in the 6th where he doubled. Looking for more of the same here. 2 on, nobody out. His guy's trailing by 4. Furman works on the first base side of the rubber, comes set. Checks the runner, here's the pitch. Swinging a tapper, sent foul down the third base line. If you're a guy like Furman who's been struggling with command, a swing like that on a fastball is not really what you want to see. And Stevens was way out in front of it. We'll see if Furman comes back with something off speed here, try to throw off the timing of some of these Britons. We've seen all fastballs so far from the big righty. Count is 0-1. Here's the pitch from Furman. Swinging a fly ball, sent foul down the first base line. Well out of play. Count moves, no balls, 2 strikes. Couldn't tell if Furman took something off of that one. Looked pretty straight from up here. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. Furman looking in. Waiting for the one he wants. Finally gets it, comes set. Checks on the runner at second. Glove at the chest, takes a breath. Checks him again. Here's the 0-2. Swinging another fly ball, lifted well, foul. Down the first base line into the parking lot. Count remains 0-2. The runner on second is Braden Emery. Runner on first is Jack Leseski. It was a leadoff single. And then a walk. Count still 0-2. Furman working at a slower pace than a lot of guys we've seen today. Really wants to take his time and deliver a good pitch here. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses down. Stevens thought about it, thought better of it. It was the wise decision as it fell off the table and into the dirt. Good pick by Kedro. Count's going to move to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Furman looking for either the strikeout or the double play. Looking in, gets the one he wants, and comes set. Glove at the chest, takes the runner, takes a breath. Here's the pitch. Swinging a half-hearted attempt to peel down the first. And they're going to say he didn't go. It was a close call. The hands from our angle looked like they did indeed break the plane. First base umpire says otherwise. Instead of a strikeout, Count's going to move the 2 balls, 2 strikes. Furman looking in. Really wants a double play here. Pitching down in the zone consistently. Kedro set up in the middle. Here's the 2-2. Made a foul back to the screen, sent our way. Count's going to remain 2-2. Good battle here from Austin Stevens. Really, he's had good at-bats all day. Been all over Bulldog pitching. Hasn't necessarily had the results to back it up. Not a bad day by any means, but not You know, what he's done on paper hasn't reflected the type of day he's had in the batter's box today. He tries to change that here. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Furman comes set, checks the runner. Checks him again, and for a 3rd time. Now he's coming home, the 2-2, swinging a ground ball, sent to second base. Velardo Fields, flip over to short. It's the only out they're going to get. It's a semi-productive out for Austin Stevens as he is going to move a runner to 3rd. That's going to be 1 away now. Runners on the corners for the Britons. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Chris Stojanovis. Novsky. You know, I literally said his name right 20 times in the first game.
Overused the name in that first
I
game,
think I might have. 1 away, runners on the corners. Big lead off of first. Runner takes off, pitch, swing and a miss. Throwing on a second from Kedro is not in time. Good jump there by Austin Stevens. Allows him to swipe second against David Kedro. However, the pitch is a strike, so Furman ahead of a Britain hitter. No balls, 1 strike. Chris Stojanovsky comes into this plate appearance 0 for 3 on the day. Line out, fielder's choice, and a ground out. Furman comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up. Kedro forced to come out of the crouch. Takes the long walk, kind of a couple steps in front of the plate. Just trying to give Furman a breather. A lot of pitches early on here in the top of the 8th. Just looking to limit the damage here. Pitching with a 4-run lead here in the rubber match of this 3-game MIAA set between Adrian and Albion. Count is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up. It's going to get out of play, fouled on the first base line. Count's going to move to 1 ball, 2 strikes to Chris Stojanovsky. Bulldog defense playing straight up. Anything hit up the middle, they'll be going to first. Anything hard on the ground to Davis at 3rd. You think about going for the runner at home with a 4-run lead. You're willing to trade a run for an out in this situation. 1-2, good pick by Kedro. Sliding to his right. It's kind of a 50-50 decision on whether you want to throw the glove in front of it or try to get the chest over. At that time, Kedro opted for the glove. Makes a slick pick. Count moves to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. 1 away in the inning. Chris Stojanovsky at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Fielded by Weeks. Shuffle. Throw over to Furs. On the tag. And they're going to call him safe. That is an interesting call. Head coach Craig Rainey out of the dugout immediately. Just asking for help there. You know, it's not an easy angle for the first base umpire. In any sense of the matter, really doesn't have the angle on that one. We have a runner coming off the field now. Looks like we have a... So it's a discussion between Coach Rainey and the first base umpire, and Rainey fairly animated. And so the argument here is the first base umpire unwilling to drop his ego. And, you know, it's typically a situation you'll see umpires just ask for help. The worst the other guy's going to say is, hey, I didn't see it. So the runner, Stojanovsky, going to be safe at first after he got tagged by the first baseman, Hardin, before his foot hit the bag. So it's going to be runners on the corners, 1 away. It's going to be Carter Stahl at the dish. Runner goes, throw in the dirt. Kedro, the throw to second. Not in time. It's going to be a stolen base by Stojanovsky. So officially it's going to go as an E6 on the shortstop Weeks. You know, it was a decent play over there. Made a strong throw. And, I mean, shouldn't have even been an error. But we're beyond that now. The count is 1 ball, no strikes. 2nd and 3rd. 1 away. Carter Stahl at the plate. Furman still pitching out of the stretch. Here's the 1-0. Fastball yanked down and away. It's going to fall behind. 2 balls, no strikes to the Britain catcher. Stahl comes into this plate appearance, 1 for 3 here in game 2. Pair of groundouts and a single. That single came in the 4th. As a base hit here would likely get his guys within 1. Furman comes set. Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses badly once again. Command has certainly been an issue here for Tyler Furman, as he falls behind 3 balls, no strikes to Carter Stahl. So Furman comes set. Stahl likely taking all the way. Fastball misses well off the plate for ball 4. That's going to force a mound visit from Coach Rainey, which means we're going to see a pitching change most likely here in the top of the 8th. Not Furman's best outing. He's likely going to be disappointed in himself after that one. So the runner on first, Carter Stahl, represents the tying run. So yes, we are going to see a reliever come out of the pen, which means we're going to take a short break. But don't go anywhere. We're in the top of the 8th inning of a 3-run ball game. You're watching Bulldog Baseball.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere.
Finds the back of the net!
From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter at ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics, brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. We're still in the top of the 8th inning as the Albion College Britons have them loaded with 1 away. It's a new pitcher in the ball game. It is Edward Bianyinj out of the pen. Michael, what do you got on him?
Yeah, Edwards making his 8th appearance on the year. 0-2 records, flat 6 ERA. 6 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks.
So after Tyler Furman had a less than stellar outing, his outing went a single, a walk, a ground out, an E6, and then a walk. 1 already in the inning. He's going to bring up the first baseman, Gavin White, as he faces the lefty Bianyinj right here. A double play would mean the end of the threat here in the top of the 8th. Bulldogs still lead it by 3. Tying run on first. First pitch, swinging a tapper back to the screen. Looks like we actually have a pinch hitter in the game. That's Garrett Draper in the ball game for the Britons now. Count is no balls, 1 strike. Bianyinj works from the stretch, middle of the rubber. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a pop-up. This one going to get out of play down the first base side. Bianyinj, kind of the polar opposite from Furman. Kind of a softer throwing lefty. He's quickly ahead in the count. No balls. 2 strikes to Draper. Bianyinj comes set. I have that moving set, looking for the strikeout here. Here's the 0-2. And rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called. Backdoor breaking ball from the Bulldog lefty. Catches Draper looking. It is a huge out number 2 in the 8th. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Drew Ribble. So Bien Yinch comes out of the pen, and then 4 pitches, gets a backwards K. Bulldogs now 1 out away from limiting damage here in the 8th. First pitch, fastball spiked down and in. Good stop by Kedro. This is Kedro's 17th consecutive inning behind the plate. The senior's got a lot of innings in those knees of his. Can he get through 2 more? Bien Yinch shakes. Shakes again. Finally gets the one he wants, steps off. Looks at the runner on second. Nobody in the same area code. Kind of 1 ball, no strikes to Drew Ribble. Again, the tying run on first is Carter Stahl. He represents the tying run here in the top of the 8th. Bien Yinch comes set. Here's the pitch. That one just below the zone. Now that last pitch from Bien Yinch, very close to a balk. He has that moving set. That front leg of his, that right leg, almost didn't come set. Might have gotten away with one there. The count is 2-0. Here's the pitch. Yep, and there comes the balk signal from the home plate umpire. They're going to say that right leg of Bien Yinch never came fully set. So it's going to be a run coming in on the play. The second run of the inning for the Britons. Tying run moves into scoring position now at second base. It is 5-3 Bulldogs here in the top of the 8th. Count is 2 balls, no strikes on the second baseman, Drew Ribble. As Bien Yinch, got to be a little bit more conscious of that front leg of his. Foley comes set now. Here's the 2-0. Fastball called, strike inside corner. Great bounce back pitch there. Counts move to 2-1. It's also presented well by Kedro. It was right on that black. Kedro really stuck that thing on the inside, made sure it was in fact called for strike 1. So counts 2-1. Bien Yinch comes set. Checks the runner. Checks him again. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball just misses. Maybe above the zone there. Counts move to 3 balls, 1 strike. Shall Ribble reach? Carson Dunn, the hitter on deck. He's had some decent swings so far today in Game 1 and here in Game 2. Here's the 3-1. Swing a line drive off the facing of the seats down the first base line. It's going to load up our count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bien Yinch trying to limit the damage here in the 8th. Bulldogs clinging on to a 2-run lead. Tying run in scoring position here with 2 away. Bien Yinch comes set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, base hit back up the middle. Center fielder Hayward fields the runner around third. That's Stahl. He'll score without a throw, and we are tied here in the 8th inning after Drew Ribble finds some green up the middle, sneaks it through. And the Britons put up a 4 spot here in the 8th, and we are tied at 5.
Yeah, great swing by Ribble, putting it back up the middle on 2 strikes. Able to plate the 2 runners on second and third, and that balk now really coming back to bite the Bulldogs.
It's going to be Carson Dunn up now, 2 away, runner on first. Here's the pitch. Swing a ground ball, left side, Davis fields, bobbles it, has to hurry, throw to first, not going to be in time. It's another error on the Bulldog infield today as Carson Dunn going to reach on an error for the second time today. Bulldogs can't seem to get out of the 8th inning. Go-ahead run now in scoring position with 2 away. It's going to flip the lineup over for Riker Maisie.
Yeah, and we saw this type of situation in Game 1. Some late-game heroics by the Britons, scoring the go-ahead run, I believe, in the 9th inning.
First pitch, fly ball, right field is maybe trouble slicing, but it's going to get out of play down the right field line off the bat of Maisie. Again, Maisie really the biggest offensive contributor in Game 1. It's been a little bit more quiet here in Game 2, 1 for 4, single back in the 3rd. Struck out his last time up in the 7th. So Edward Bianyinj looking to just end this nightmare 8th inning for the Bulldogs. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive left center gap. This may be trouble. Slicing, it's going to get down for a base hit. Throw comes in, but the runner is going to score. And here in the top of the 8th inning, the Albion College Britons bats have come to life. They're going to appeal at third. They're going to say he missed the bag. Looks like they're trying to appeal. Yeah, they're appealing the runner who scored. They're going to say he did, in fact, touch third base. So the Britons take a 6-5 lead here in the top of the 8th. It was their 5th run of the inning as Riker Maisie laces an RBI single into left center. So now the Britons have officially batted around in the 8th. It's going to bring up Braden Emery, who singled to lead off this inning. Runner on first, Maisie, ton of speed. First pitch. Fastball misses down for ball 1. Been a long top of the 8th for these Bulldogs. However, that Albion College dugout has really come to life here. Count is 1 ball, no strikes to Braden Emery. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just misses above the zone. Count moves to 2 balls, no strikes. It's a little shocking when you see a team that's put up 3 runs in game 1 and was shut out up until the 6th, put up a 5 spot here in the 8th to steal the lead. This one fly ball driven very deep down the left field line. Had home run distance, but it's about 40 feet foul. Bulldogs catch a bit of a break here. Braden Emery tattooed it. Just well foul. Instead, it's strike 1. So runners on the corners, 2 away. Count is 2-1. Braden Emery facing Edward Bianyinj. Here's the 2-1. Allen misses just off the outer edge. Kedra wanted it. Kind of held the glove there for a second. It's a pitch we've seen called today. However, a left-handed changeup that fades arm side generally isn't going to get that call very often. Count moves to 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive left field, but right at Andrew Klaus out and left. So that's going to do it for the top of the 8th inning. However, the Albion College Britons put up a 5 spot and steal the lead from the Bulldogs. They lead at 6-5 after 7.5. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 8th inning at Nicolay Field. A little different from the last time we entered a new inning. It was a huge top of the 5th by the Albion College Britons. They put up a 5 spot and steal the lead from the Bulldogs. However, the Bulldogs get a chance to respond here. 1, 2, 3 in the lineup. First of which being Lincoln Hayward. Hayward 0 for 3 in the ball game. He's got a fly out, a ground out, and a pop-up. He's been great for this team all year. Trying to spark a rally here in the bottom half of the 8th. First pitch. It's going to be called ball 1. Zach Kelly still on the bump for these Britons after he pitched a scoreless 7th inning. Next pitch fouled back to the screen. Like the changeup from the right hand of Kelly. Got Hayward a little bit out in front. Able to just get a piece, send it back to the screen. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Kelly comes set. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball, left field, not deep. Dunn coming in into his left. A little bit of tail at the end of it, but able to still make the grab out there. 1 up, 1 down here in the 8th from Zach Kelly as he gets Lincoln Hayward to fly out.
Yeah, good swing there on the 1-1 count. Unable to put too much depth to it.
So that's going to bring up Philip Velardo now. The 1 down here in the bottom half of the 8th. Velardo 0 for 3 in the ballgame as well. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike the knees. Velardo's had a few nice swings in this one, but has yet to record a base hit. Hoping for better fortunes here. Down 0-1 against Kelly. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Misses down in the zone. It's a big curveball there from Zach Kelly. Kind of started thigh high, ended up in the dirt. Not presented well by the catcher Stahl. Count is 1-1. Fastball just off the outside edge. As we've seen this score get tighter and tighter as the game's progressed, the strike zone's shrunk a little bit. Seems like a lot more strikes are being called early on. It's the 2-1, skied in the air to right field. Stojanovsky coming in. Cam Sunder puts the squeeze on it. 2 up, 2 down here in the Bulldog half of the 8th. Zach Kelly continues his dominant bullpen outing. They're 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. That's going to bring up Ryan Davis. Davis has been quiet all day today. Struck out back in the 1st, ground out in the 4th, and walked back in the 6th. Looking to do some serious damage here. First pitch breaking ball, called strike on the outside edge. See Davis, the best power hitter in Adrian College history. Looking to make a little bit of magic here in the bottom of the 8th on senior day. Fly ball, right field. Stojanovsky heading back, but it's going to die up there in the wind. He's going to put the squeeze on it, and that's going to do it for the 8th inning. The Britons lead this one 6-5. We've played 8. We head to the top of the 9th here on Adrian College TV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you graduate.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the 9th inning. Another pitching change for the Bulldogs. It's going to be number 40, the left-hander, Reed Tinsman. Michael, what do we got on him?
Yeah, Tinsman's making his 2nd appearance. He's thrown 1 inning, has 2 strikeouts to no walks, no runs scored.
I mean, after a disastrous top of the 8th for the Bulldogs, they're really going to rely on Tinsman to shut the door, keep the deficit at 1. Because looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Bulldogs have 4, 5, 6 due up. So they are in good hands. They're in the bottom of the 9th, but they got to get there only down 1. I mean, your odds of scoring 2 runs compared to 1, it's night and day. You know, if you enter the 9th inning only down 1, I like their chances here. But Tinsman has to do his job here. And he's going to be tasked with, I believe, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 3, 4, 5. It's going to be Jack Lisinski leading off the 9th inning here. Got a pinch hit at bat in the 8th. Ended up drawing a walk. That was off of Tyler Furman. Here gets the lefty-lefty matchup against Tinsman. Tinsman works out of the stretch, third base side of the rubber. First pitch, breaking ball, called strike outside corner. Good sweeping slider there from Tinsman. Kind of works from that 3/4 arm slot. That pitch pretty much started, at the waist of Lisinski. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, this one a little bit too far off the outside edge. Going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking around the Bulldog diamond, doesn't look like we have any other changes besides for the one that happened on the mound. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, called strike. Fooled Lisinski there as he backed away from it. Pitch ended up breaking right down the middle. So the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a pop-up. In foul ground, Kedro back against the wall, but it's going to go off the roof of the seating. Count's going to remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kedro had a beat on it. If he just had a couple more feet, real estate, he wouldn't be able to make the grab. Instead, hits off the roof here. Count remains 1-2. But Tinsman looking for the strikeout here. Defense shaded towards the right. Here's the 1-2. Swinging the pop-up. This one may be playable. Foul ground. Kedro back. He's under it. And he's going to put the squeeze on in foul ground. 1 up, 1 down for Reed Tinsman to lead off the top of the 9th.
Good pitch there on the 1-2 count. Back-to-back pitches on the inside half of the plate. And really jammed the batter Lisinski, getting the pop out in foul territory.
Tinsman really creates a really tough lefty-lefty matchup. A lot of deception. Lefty a little shorter in stature with that 3/4 arm motion. It's real tough to pick up. So now Austin Stevens going to step in. He's going to take ball 1 just above the zone. If you're just tuning in, as you can see, Albion leads 6-5. They put up a 5 spot in the top of the 8th to steal the lead from the Bulldogs and are trying to add some insurance runs on here. Bulldogs have 4, 5, 6 due up in the 9th. We have to get there first. Count is 1-1 with 1 away to Austin Stevens. Here's the 1-1 from Tinsman. Swinging a ground ball, sent on the ground to short. Fielded by Weeks. Throw over to first is in time to get the runner. 2 up, 2 down here to start the 9th for Tinsman as he gets Stevens to roll over on the 2-seamer. We've seen some defensive struggles really all day from the Bulldogs, particularly on that left side of the infield, regardless of who's been there. Already an error in the ball game for Gus Weeks, but able to recover there, make a strong throw over to Harden at first to get the out. So with 2 away, it's going to bring up Draper. He's going to send that one foul and out of play. No, it's Stojanovski. Yep, Stojanovski. I just like to read the wrong name sometimes. Count is 0-1. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Breaking ball at the knees. Tinsman 1 strike away from sending this game to the bottom of the 9th, with the Bulldogs only trailing by 1. So he's up 0 balls, 2 strikes to Chris Stojanovski. Here's the pitch. And that one just off the outside edge. Tinsman wanted it. Kedra wanted it. Every single person wearing gold here wanted it. Instead, the count's moved to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tinsman going to have to throw a better one. He comes set. Glove at the waist. Into the motion. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a foul tip. Got a piece of something back there. Looks like everyone's okay. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reed Tinsman looking to pitch a scoreless top of the 9th here. Only man in his way is Chris Stojanovski. Tinsman gets the one he wants, comes set. Goes in the motion, the 1-2. And rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called, went with the high breaking ball. Catches the top of the zone. And Reed Tinsman pitches a 1-2-3 top of the 9th inning. Played 8.5. Last chance coming out for the Bulldogs. They trail by 1. You're watching Bulldog Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Last chance for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the ninth as they trail by 1. Zach Kelly back out for another inning of work out of the bullpen as he's looking to lock down the 9-out save and also the win. You can only get one of them. He's going for the win. The Britons lead at 6-5. Do it for the Bulldogs. It's 4-5-6. That's David Kedro, Brendan Willardson, and Andrew Klaus. So here on Senior Day, Bulldogs looking to avoid the doubleheader sweep and take the rubber match. So Kedro will lead off the bottom of the ninth. If you're the Bulldogs, that's one of the guys you want up. It's one of the anchors of this lineup all season long. And here on Senior Day, looking to add on to that here. Has 18 innings of catching under his belt just today. Looking to make it all worth it here. Kelly works out of the stretch. First pitch to Kedro. Fastball called, striking the letters. Kedro kind of tips his cap to the pitcher there. Not literally. He kind of gives him the head now like, all right, you're going to go first pitch fastball, I see you. Here's the 0-1. Playing a foul. Sent over the screen here our direction. Count moves to no balls, 2 strikes. Kelly's had no problem striking out Bulldogs so far. Looking for yet another one here. Kedro looking to get things started in the ninth. Here's the 0-2 from Kelly. Swinging a line drive, base hit into right field. David Kedro does his part. He's going to lead off the Bulldog half of the ninth with a single.
Good 2-strike hitting by David Kedro. Staying with the pitch, going inside out. Sending that one into right field.
That's going to bring up Brendan Willardson. Last time up, if you remember, Willardson sent a 2-run shot into right center. Looking for more of the same here. Tying run at first. First pitch to Willardson. Misses up and away. Kedro runs very well for a catcher. Anything in the gap, he's going to have a pretty good chance of scoring even with nobody out. So Willardson looking to have some Bulldog magic here in the ninth. Here's the 1-0. Changeup catches the top of the zone on the outer edge for a called strike 1. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Willardson, 2 for 3 in the ball game. 3 RBIs for him. Looking to continue his big day here. Here's the 1-1 from Kelly. That one's going to miss inside. Count moves 2 balls, 1 strike. Kedro representing the tying run. Willardson representing the winning run here on Senior Day at the Nick. Count is 2-1. Kelly comes set. Here's the pitch. Another one misses down low and in. Count 3 balls, 1 strike. It's Andrew Klaus waiting on deck for the Bulldogs as they'd love to get the winning run on base here with nobody out. Count is 3-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away. Back-to-back base runners for the Bulldogs, and they have something brewing here. 2 on, nobody out here in the ninth. So Kedro represents the tying run. He's on second. Willardson the winning run. He's on first. Andrew Klaus, 0 for 2 in the ballgame, did draw a walk. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt attempt. He's going to show it early on, and he's going to get it down to the pitcher. Only play will be to first, and Klaus is retired, but he does his job handsomely. Moves the runners up to second and third. 1 away. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Joe Casal. Casal had a sac fly back in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fifth, and struck out in the seventh. base hit likely wins it here. We're going to have a timeout called here by the Bulldogs. Little conference over by the third base line discussing what exactly they're going to do here. Casal handles the bat well. It would be shocking to see the suicide squeezed, but we've all seen crazier things on a baseball field. So it's going to be second and third, one away. Joe Casal in the box. Zach Kelly. He's thrown 24 pitches in this ball game, been very efficient so far. It's the winning run, stands on second base. That's Brandon Willitson.
Bulldog faithful getting a little excited as well. And I don't think we've mentioned this, but the middle three, the 4, 5, 6, they've scored 4 of these 5 runs.
Here comes the first pitch. Fastball, called strike, outer edge. Generous call. Casal didn't like it. He's got to fight through it. Counts, no balls, 1 strike. So Kelly comes set. Here's the 0-1 to Casal. Swing and a miss. Fastball, outer half. Casal swung through and now needs to shorten up, put something in play. The Albion infield is drawn in, ready to cut down Kedro at the plate. Casal looking to avoid the strikeout. Here comes the 0-2 from Kelly. Swinging a fly ball lifted. It's going to be well foul down the right field line. Count remains 0-2. So you can really feel the energy here at the Nick. It's senior day. The boys want to get a walk-off win here on senior day. Take the rubber match against these Albion Britons.
And how fitting would that be?
Count is 0-2. Here's the pitch to Casal. Swinging a pop-up. This one going to head out of play as well. Count, no balls, 2 strikes to Casal. Love to see the grit and the battle from Joe Casal here. Maybe one of his last at-bats ever taking at the Nick, looking for some magic. Count is 0-2. Kelly into the motion, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him down in the zone. Casal swung through it. So now for the Bulldogs, their last chance going to be Scoop Hardin. So now you're going to see the infield for these Britons go back into normal depth. Base it to the outfield. Still should win this game. Wilson runs well. Tying run on third, winning run on second. Scoop Hardin at the plate. Kelly out of the stretch. First pitch, breaking ball. Misses down and away. Good stop by the catcher, Stahl. Hardin gets ahead. 1 ball, no strikes. Outfield playing very straight up against Hardin. Count is 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, but foul. Down the right field line. Kelly gave him the fastball. Hardin was on it, just caught it a little bit too deep. He's able to get the bat head around on that, able to do some damage. Instead, he sends it foul. It's going to even things up at 1-1. Runner on second, Willitson. Big lead over there. No one even close to holding him on. Count is 1-1. Here's the pitch to Hardin. Made a line drive back to the screen. Cal moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bulldogs down to their last strike. Both teams looking to end it here. Bulldogs win it with a hit. Britons win it with an out. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kelly works out of the stretch, comes set. Into the motion he goes. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. And what a come from behind victory from the Albion College Britons. After putting up 1 run in the first 6 innings and down 4, they put up a 5 spot in the top of the 8th to take the game today. They were carried by that big 8th inning, but it was really out of the bullpen. It was Zach Kelly who really kept them in this game. He came in for Braden Rather and really shut the door down and kept his guys in the game and allowed for that big 8th inning to happen. It was a total team effort here from Albion, and that's going to do it from us here at ACTV. Bulldogs drop both games today as Albion sweeps the doubleheader and takes the series. So again, that's going to do it for us here at Adrian College TV. Remington Gilniak, Michael Hale. Hope you've enjoyed both baseball games today. Look forward to MIAA tournament baseball next week. So that's going to do it from us today. Take care, everyone.